Matt Skura is the Ravens' presumed starter, or starting center, to take over for Jensen. At least that's what we're reading, and he seems to be the front runner in that regard. We're watching tape from him from last year. He was a right guard. This particular play is a stretch zone play where his job is to get out in front on a reach block of this tackle right here. His first thing he has to do is get his right hand on the outside shoulder of this tackle. You notice from the snap that his footwork is not in step, in tune with the other lineman here. He's a bit more parallel in his footing, lunges a little bit instead of that first step stride out there, right? And as a result, you see the tackle get his hand on his outside shoulder, and he's done there. It's a difficult block, but in order to pull it off, he's got to get he's got to get out ahead of him, right? And if he's standing there parallel and sort of lunging forward, it's not going to happen. The tackle then proceeds to get his right hand inside, and he's stronger than Skura. Just kind of with that torque from his hips is just going to manage to get him out of his way and get in front of him. He ends up not just getting in on the play, but making the tackle. So that's not what you want to see from Skura. It starts at the start. Yeah, he lost that right away. Okay, another instance of footwork. Here he is against this inside two in pass protection. Again, you're going to watch his footwork compared with some of the other linemen's footwork. See this kick slide back? Again, his footwork is generally kind of parallel there, and he stops his feet if you watch him. Because he's kind of average strength particularly, that's not going to fly. He gets beat because he stops his feet, and also he doesn't have a good kick slide there at all in pass pro. He does the right thing. One thing I've noticed with his hands is he is technically very, very sound that way. It doesn't do him any good here because this guy's by him, but you see the overhand swim after he clubs him. Skura does what he ought to here with that hand, what he's coached to do. Gets his right hand on his hip. The other hand's got to get inside on his right shoulder pad, but he's just too far beyond him. And again, it started at the start with bad footwork. He's beat, and Joe gets sort of pummeled there. That's not good. Here he is against Sue. Sue's going to overpower a lot of guys here, but oh no, I'm sorry. This isn't Sue. That's coming. This is kind of sloppy footwork too, but he manages to overcome it. See, he does the same thing. See this guy swim right over top there, and as soon as he does, Skura puts his left arm on his right pec and his right arm on the hip of this Dolphin defender. And he's able to kind of use that, shove that guy to the side, just drives him out of the play here. It's close to a hold, but he does a nice job there. You can see he's off balance there by the swim, but he's technically sound, I think, so far as his hands go, and he makes up for it there. That's a good play by him. Just gets his hand on his hip after the swim. It's instantaneous too. See that swim? There goes the hand to the hip and the left hand out front, and he does his job there. This is the Sue play. Sue's going to overpower a lot of guys, and he does overpower him. Skura is going to come up from under his waist here with his arms and try to get these double underhooks. He's anticipating Sue just kind of with both hands kind of shoving into his chest and bull rushing him. But Sue leans into him, and you see that puts Skura at a disadvantage. He's got his hands inside, Skura's hands are outside, and he's lunging a little bit, or he's leaning a little bit, and he just gets shoved aside. Now Sue's going to do that to a lot of guys. He is. But I still want to point out that Skura to me, he's average in terms of strength. He's also average in terms of athleticism, so technically he's going to have to be sound. And on top of that, he's going to have to get physically stronger. Let's see. Okay, here's a good example later in the year of him against another pretty good here. This is what he should have done with Sue. Now, maybe I'll go back to look at to that play and look at it. But watch what he does here. He really stabs him with his right arm right away. His outside arm goes up and stabs Atkins. Then he gets his hand on his hip. And he's able to control him. Keeps his feet moving, really good feet here. Just drives him out of the play. He does a good job in pass protection there against a very talented tackle. See that maybe this is later in the year. Maybe he learned something here. He kind of initiates the contact, gets off the ball really quickly before Atkins, and he gets his right hand, his outside hand, inside Atkins. And then he can sort of lean his body on him as long as he keeps his feet moving. Takes him out of the play like that. Yeah, just 5 plays, and that's not nearly enough. And I want to keep watching him and keep putting out, hopefully, at least another video. My gut sense is sometimes wrong, so I'll reserve judgment. But there's a few plays.